House of Feelings, episode 6. My bad. Just woke up. Also, my fault if I'm a little out of it. Kinda got put in a little bad mood off the wake up from an email from my professor. It's not even my professor's fault either, bro. It's me as a student who's at fault, technically. Uh, it's just like, I don't like a little, I don't low key like a little bit Halbert said what he said, but all good. uh, Short summary, it's just like we have to do a presentation for our class, and if we don't, we fail. And today is like what? April 29th? School ends on May 5th, right? I had class every Tuesday and Thursday, and today is Wednesday. So, yesterday, I was gonna sign up to present Thursday because I'm like, well, obviously, I wouldn't do it on the last day of class, which is May 5th, Tuesday. Plus, one thing about me is I hate presenting, bro. I hate presenting with all my heart, which is why I was waiting till the second to last day of class to present because, like, if I hate presenting, why would I want to do it early? Like, why would I? Or I guess, I don't know. It depends on you as a person because a lot of people say they hate presenting, so they'll do it early. But then there's also people like me who are like, well, I hate presenting, so I'm gonna wait to the last minute to do it. And I am one of those people who wait to the last minute to do it. I rather wait to the last minute to present than be one of the first people to present. And that's how I've always felt in my life as well. Like, even in high school and middle school, I was like, bro, I'd rather be like the last person than to be like the first or second or third, you know? But anyway, but apparently Thursday is showcase day. And if y'all know what that is, it's just a bunch of people presenting that day for grades or for other reasons. And basically all classes are canceled. And I didn't find that out till yesterday. So obviously you can see how I'm just like, that ruins my plan, bro. I wanted to present on Thursday for class, but no one has classes on Thursday. And the only day I have class left is the last day of class on Tuesday. So that means I have to ask, bro, if I can present on Tuesday, which is the last day of class. Mind you, we also have a quiz in this class that day. But, so I emailed bro yesterday, and then he replies back today saying, you do realize you made this hard on yourself. I'm like, yes, bro, I obviously realized. But, like, granted, I didn't know we didn't have class on Thursday, bro. Like, yeah, this is probably something they knew from the beginning of the semester, but bro, I didn't even know this until Tuesday. Like, I was just gonna present Thursday, bro. I just figured that would be fine. I didn't know we didn't have class on Tuesday. I mean, I didn't know all classes were canceled on Thursday, bro. Uh, so cut me some slack there, bro, because I didn't want to present on the last day. Like, I just didn't know that we all didn't have classes Thursday, apparently. Uh, but yeah, but he was like, you made this a lot harder on yourself. Uh, Blah blah blah, and he's like, you the whole class will be waiting patiently to take their quiz. Uh, and if you're not there by 9 a.m., if you're not there by 9 a.m. and if you're late, you won't be able to present. And I was like, okay. The last part isn't really what I care about. It's more like bro being like, you realize you made this harder on yourself and that the whole class will be waiting patiently. I'm like, bro. Obviously I realized I made it harder on myself. But like I said, bro, I didn't know classes were canceled on Thursday. Oh, and he also said I'll be taking points off for not following instructions. I was like, bro, like, my bad. I didn't know we didn't have class on Thursday. Like, my fault. Like, I didn't know that was a university, like, thing on Thursday that we just no one had classes. Uh, and because we're supposed to do a presentation sign up thing, but like, now this one I will actually say is my fault. Ever since I joined the class, the presentation sign up was never like on, it was never there, bro. And obviously, if I've been in this class for 4 months, I should have said something that I was never able to sign up for the presentation. But as I just said, I was trying to sign up for Thursday. So, seeing as how I wanted to sign up for Thursday, I had no reason to mention that it didn't work until now, because I never planned on signing up early. Plus, I don't know how the presentation thing works, like presentation sign up thing works either till this day, because bro just said if you're not there on Tuesday, you won't be able to present. So it's not like I had to sign up. So I don't know if you just picked a specific date or something like that. Like, I don't know, bro. But ever since I enrolled in this class, I was never able to even sign up in the first place. But all good. But my other thing was too that taking points off for not following rules. I'm like, bro, was there a rule saying you can't present on the last day of class? Because if there was, then my bad. But I don't recall seeing a rule saying that you couldn't present on the last day of classes. Like, I obviously understand why you wouldn't present on the last day of classes, but there was no rule saying that you couldn't. Plus, I felt like bro was trying to guilt trip me a little with this whole, the whole rest of the class will patiently be waiting to take their quiz. Bro, let's be for real. It's a 10 question quiz, gang. Like, why are we acting like this is like a fucking 50 question exam, and by me presenting, I'm taking away everyone's time? Bro, it's an hour and 20-minute class, and it's a 10 question quiz. My presentation's gonna be like fucking 5 minutes or 6, bro. Like, let's lock in. I'm not wasting that people's time like that. Now if he gives us the quiz and then we end class, I could understand how people are like, yeah, bro, I just wanted to take a quiz and leave. But at the same time, you're not gonna sit here and be like, the whole class will be waiting patiently, like, all right, bro. As if your quiz isn't like fucking only 10 questions. Like I said, like, bro's making it sound like we're taking a 50 question exam, and by me presenting, I'm holding everybody up. Bro, it's 10 questions. Like, I think they can wait. But that's why I'm like, bro, like, I don't know. I feel like you're trying to like guilt trip me a little or something, or like make me feel like shame, and it's like, you doing that to the wrong person. I definitely have sympathy for people, but I don't have a lot of sympathy to give. And plus, I'm sure a lot of people would do the same thing in my situation, bro. That if they wanted to present, but they didn't want to go mad early, but then all of a sudden, classes are canceled on the day they wanted to present, and the only day that's left is the last day of class. I'm sure many other people would have asked to present on the last day as well, bro. So let's not act like I'm an outlier or something. But yeah, that's my little rant on school. And you know, as they say, talking about it makes you feel better. So, all good. But yeah, that has nothing to do with this. This is Asians heal from childhood traumas. But yeah, I want to be in the dark, but then I feel like you 100% just can't see me. I don't know, bro. But yeah, anyway.
Well, I feel frozen.
That's okay. If we're just gonna go back.
Bro, I was gonna see if y'all can see me, but then it started fucking loading.
To this memory that you were telling me about when you were a kid. You can do this. We're just gonna be here for a couple minutes. That's it.
Bro, the light to dark and that shit. That's like gonna make me kill myself. I probably shouldn't say that.
Welcome back to House of Feelings, Season 3. Today we are watching the trauma episode. There might be a lot of emotions and tears shed this episode. Like last season, we brought this back, but this time I decided to invite a guest.
This time I decided to get a therapist.
Welcome to House of Feelings.
Thanks for having me.
I want to introduce
how I
everyone to
feel
Victoria Song,
about
author
this,
and life coach.
Yeah, I would say executive coaching because I work mostly with entrepreneurs.
I invited you to help a lot of the contestants overcome some of their potentially trauma.
I don't know how I feel about this though. Like having a life coach for the trauma day. I don't think it's a bad thing though either, but I think it kind of takes away a little bit from season 1 and 2 of how, like, on trauma day, it was just them. Like, it was just them opening up to one another, everyone in the group, you know, like, it built a stronger connection. It built a stronger connection, and it was just them opening up to one another and shit like that. Whereas, like, this, though, by them having, like, a mentor, I feel like it's not necessarily good and mean, like, the conversation's being guided a specific way, but it's like, you know, but there's obviously advantages to it too. Like, you know, you have professional help, you know, it's not just you and everyone else just explaining one after another. But I feel like by having professional help, it kind of takes away a little from the bondage. I mean, they're still gonna obviously bond. Maybe this will help them bond more. I don't know. But I feel like it takes away a little bit from the bond because now you have like an actual professional helping you. It's not everyone just opening up on their own. This is like kind of like guided trauma. I feel like this is like guided because it's like, well, now that we brought in a mentor, you obviously have to talk about your trauma. Well, you don't have to, but it's like, that's the whole point of today. Whereas before, it was like, they were just doing shit. And then Jimmy went into that topic, but he's the director. It's not like he just brought in someone and he was like, all right, today we're just gonna do trauma. Like, no, he was like, we're having a good time. And he was like, I just want to talk about everyone's past.
And barriers
Whereas
and
now I
limiting
feel like it's
beliefs
just like,
that
all
they
right,
have,
well,
especially
today this is
since
what we're doing.
last season we hosted a session like this pretty informally, just with drinks, hanging out, and with some cars. But this season I wanted
That's what
to
I'm
bring
saying.
an expert.
Like, I felt like being informal made it low-key like a better environment in my opinion, because I was like, you know, they were already drinking, they were already having fun, you know, which is why I felt like broaching that topic was easier and would have built better bonds because they were already having such a good time with one another and that they felt like they can open like that with one another. Whereas here it's like the whole segment is just like, all right, therapy, and we're gonna bring in someone to help you with that.
Very happy to have you. Thank you for taking the
Yeah,
time.
absolutely.
Well,
So
obviously,
I'm
it's
really happy to be
advantages
here.
of
I
someone
think
here
that this is
to
going to
help.
really help them break through whatever patterns they're already noticing are coming up for them.
I think that's one of my biggest goals is hopefully they could shed some of that old patterns and they could like step into relationships going into the future with more courage instead of like fears.
Vic didn't do a bad job. I don't know how Victoria. I don't know how Victoria will compare to Vic. You know, Vic, he was kind of up there, but you know, I really did like the trauma night of the house. I didn't share too much during that night specifically, but I think it really helped open up and really loosen up the rest of the cast. And I'm excited to see how it affects
It's a very good thing.
season 3 members.
I just don't know
Hello.
Welcome.
Nice to meet you.
a mentor,
Nice
like
to meet
someone
you.
specifically there for that.
Hi. How is everyone
help.
feeling? Has it been fun?
It's been a lot of fun.
Okay, I heard last night there was like even deeper conversations happening, getting to know each other better.
Yeah, I definitely think like we bonded a lot. We were just kind of able to open up
This is the
about
biggest
things,
cast,
you know, whether it
for
was
sure, by
kind of a
far.
little bit of upbringing or just kind of the way that we feel and our emotions just being here.
It's
Yeah.
definitely the biggest
Good.
cast because
Have
it's
you
5 girls, 5 guys,
noticed
and we've
any
never
like
had that. It's always been
commonalities,
4.
maybe similar
And
backgrounds,
then they
similar
always just brought in an
challenges,
odd
anything
number.
coming up like that so far?
A lot.
Yeah, tell me, anyone want to share? What are you noticing, some of the themes?
I feel like everyone came up differently, all have different backgrounds, but we face a lot of the same problems, same stress.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think everyone's so nice to each other, and we like each other a lot. So
Yeah, you wish you could pick everyone?
What was it? What
I
was
wish I could put everyone in my suitcase and go home.
what was the point of even saying
Yeah.
that?
Any ladies would like to jump in?
R.I.P. Only the guys.
Don't be shy, guys.
I wasn't like nervous or scared at all because I just thought we were gonna like all get deep and talk to each other and get to like know each other on a deeper level.
She looked nervous,
I didn't think that
or she looks awkward, or
it would
well.
it would be like how it went.
No, it's okay. She might feel a little overwhelmed with everyone watching.
Yeah, I'm kind of like, how did we get here,
we
bro?
could step out.
At the
You
moment,
can do this. We're just going to be here for a couple minutes.
barely
That's it.
saying anything. Just like, how did we get here?
Anyone looking forward to this session like today, particularly knowing that we were going to unpack this? Okay, awesome. Well, I'm glad
That
two of you are
foreshadowing
excited. So
is-
I'll focus here now.
Crazy, though. Low-key.
Okay, awesome.
you too.
So who's
Let's go
familiar
here.
with avoidant attachment styles, anxious attachment style, secure? Yeah, do you know what yours is?
Anxious.
Yeah? Okay, how does that show up or how has that shown up this weekend?
Anxious for sure. I'm definitely.
Oh, I'm like anxious all the time.
Yeah.
Like I'm like overthinking all the time.
Yeah.
Definitely
Yeah.
anxious.
Do you notice like
style.
if someone's talking less or pulling back a little bit, do you feel all that? You like notice all of it?
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
anyone here
yes.
avoidantly attached? And I'll define these and tell you how it happens too in a moment. But I'm just curious if anyone knows that you tend to be avoidant.
I think I might be.
Yeah?
Really
I'm definitely
deeply
anxious.
connecting with people sometimes, I think, scares me.
Okay.
But I
Thanks
know
for
where
sharing
mine
that. I've
comes
heard
from. I'm
several of
very-
you say that you do things out of self-protection,
I can very much
right? To
like,
protect your heart, to anticipate
what's the word I'm
disappointment.
looking for?
Okay,
Like,
and you raised your hand too?
psychoanalyze myself.
Actually, Richard put it really well. I struggle with feeling like
Like,
I
I know
could
my
disappoint
anxiousness
somebody.
comes from a sense of like
and
insecurity.
that I'm not enough. A lot of my more recent dating history, I would describe myself as
I don't want to just say insecurity. Hold on. I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna talk too deep into it. But I'm not gonna say just insecurity. Like there's this. It's insecurity, but not necessarily in like the sense of like trust and things of that nature. Like I have trust. It's more insecurity of like, oh, I think I'm not doing enough type of things, or I'm like, oh, if I'm not the perfect boyfriend, she'll just she'll just up and leave. Those type of insecurities, not necessarily just like insecurity like, oh, trust and things of that nature. Anyway,
just like a lever.
You leave the relationship. The moment you feel like you can't meet that person's expectations, you start to pull back.
That's right.
Okay, so you might be wondering, like, how does one become avoidant or anxious? And it all traces back to how your parents were with you. The anxious attachment would be the mother who, she's not reliably there. So it's like maybe sometimes she'll pay attention and she'll, be there, but most of the time it's like you can't predict, and that actually makes you anxious because it feels like you can't rely on her reaction. Maybe you're crying for a long time and she's not showing up, and okay, I can feel we're striking a chord already here. Good. Okay, yeah. So then it feels like you can't depend on her. You can't rely that when you need something, they're going to show up.
There's certain things that she said that triggered me, and it's hard for me to like hold that in.
You could be crying for hours, and then no matter what reassurance you get, it never feels like it really hits for you because in your head, you're like, well, I don't know how long this is going to last and how reliable it is. So I need to keep getting reassured. There's no amount of I love you that's going to make me feel secure. So that kid feels very anxious because they don't know what to expect.
oh yeah, that too, reinsurance. I forgot about that. I'm also someone who heavily needs reinsurance for my significant other. But that also went into the whole, like, literally, like I just said, like, feeling like I'm not doing enough. Like, oh, if I don't do this, and this, they'll leave. Which is why I also need reinsurance. But I wouldn't say I need reinsurance to that extent where she's like, no matter how many I love yous you get, you keep needing reinsurance. I wouldn't say I'm to that point because, like I said, it's like a trust. it's definitely, I can definitely get over my reinsurance for sure. Like, if you show me, like, obviously, like, that we're locked in, like, I don't have to worry about those things anymore with you, we're good, bro. I'm not going to keep explaining that, like, I don't have to keep asking, like, oh, am I doing this good? Am I doing that good? This, that, and the fourth. If you show me that, like, yeah, we're locked in, like, you're good, bro, what you're doing is enough, like, you're doing the best you can, like, blah, blah, blah. Like, if you show me that, bro, I'm not gonna need constant reinsurance. I'm still chronic overthinker, so I will overthink, but, like, it's more like I'll probably just think it in my head and I won't, like, say it out loud type of thing, though, because it's like I understand that, we're locked, like, that I'll understand how she feels. Where it's like, a good I love you will definitely help me for sure, but at the start, obviously, it won't mean as much as in, like, we're together for a year. By that point, I don't think I'll need any reinsurance. Unless you're showing signs of, like, yeah, like, you start talking less or you start moving weird, then obviously I'm gonna notice that, and then, like, yeah, that's where the crippling anxiety comes from. But all good. I definitely can get over needing reinsurance. It's just in the beginning, I for sure need reinsurance because it's like, bro, I'm anxious as fuck. I'm tense. I'm like, I don't want to ruin this. I don't want to mess things up, and shit like that. But in my case, it 100% does not stem from parents. And I mean, I'm sure there's also outliers like me. Like, it doesn't stem from parents. It can stem from past relationships and things like that. And for sure, that's where mine's come from. Mine's isn't from parents. If I needed my parents, they're 100% there for me. If I'm crying or something, they're 100% there for me. So mine definitely doesn't, like, stem from parents. They're definitely there for me, like, all the time.
Ever. So when you have an avoidantly attached mom, it actually makes you very independent. You can imagine a kid, like, putting their hands out and being like, mommy and daddy, right?
This is like a cultural
to not
thing.
be met.
My bad, I don't want to talk over her. I understand for them it's different. Like, this is a cultural thing. Like, a lot of them, like, Asian parents, from what I've watched, Asian parents don't show much affection to their kids because that's, like, a cultural thing for them. Like, that's, like, their parents didn't show them that. So it's not like they learn to show that either to their kids. Whereas, like, they're Asian American, like, they grew up in a place where, like, our tradition isn't like that. Like, we're very open to how, we feel and things of that nature, and we say how we feel,
That's so heartbreaking and painful that the kid learns very fast to just, take care of yourself, be independent, disconnect from your own needs, disconnect from your own feelings. And then that creates more like an avoidantly attached person. And then securely attached here would be a parent who's actually just, like, very reliable. And when you hurt your knee or you're crying, your mom comes over and you can even hear her voice is very melodic. She might say, like, oh, are you okay? Let me look at it, and you can feel comforted and soothed even just by the way she's speaking to you, the way she's paying attention to your needs. And then that would create someone who's securely attached. Does anyone feel like you were securely attached and had raised by parents that were secure? Okay, great. Awesome. Good. Okay, so for securely attached, it just means that you can both care about your needs at the same time as caring about someone else's needs. And what happens when you're avoidantly attached is that you tend to take care of your own needs and then you forget about the other person. And then an anxiously attached person, you're always kind of thinking about the other person.
Like,
you're always like, oh, I wonder if I can anticipate their needs. What are they thinking right now? And then you forget yourself to take care of that person's needs.
I felt like I was a lot of everything that she was talking about, whether it be like anxiety attachment or avoidant attachment. And I was like, yeah, I've definitely experienced
you can have more than one.
all of it.
What you were explaining, I was like, oh yeah, that was me at this month or whatever.
Yeah,
and
depending
then now
who
I'm
you're
like
dating.
here, and then now, yeah, depending who I'm dating.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, like kind of like the time of my life or whatever. But then when you were saying securely attached, I was like, yeah, that sounds like me right now, I think. Like,
This weekend, we're all securely attached.
I have tendencies
That's a
of
good
being
thing, though.
avoidantly attached when I'm single
No, like,
and
he
I'm like
is
in the
right now,
talking
like, he
stages
feels
with
secure.
girls because I think I don't really care about their feelings at the start, like sometimes. And then I transition into like the anxiously attached when I'm like in the relationship and everything's like locked in. Because then I just want to like give.
What I've seen is that you might not be like in extremes. You kind of think of it as avoidant is on one extreme, anxious on the other extreme, and then secure is like almost in the middle. So you might feel like you go between secure and avoidant, or secure and anxious, or maybe between the two of them. But depending on who you're with, if you're with someone who's avoidant, you might actually become more anxious, right? So like maybe you are secure generally when you're with someone who's more secure, but then if you are with someone who's avoidant, they bring out your anxious side.
Yeah, that sounds
Yeah.
relatable.
That
Yeah.
sounds relatable.
But what
for
if
sure,
like
bro.
when you always overthinking someone's behavior, like you're being anxious, just like what you said, like, oh, he probably doesn't like me, he's not interested to me. So you're like, okay, so now it's my turn to be avoidance. But low key, I'm wishing like, oh, please come talk to me. But then I would never make the first move. I'd be like,
I
I'm
think
gonna be like
that's
this. But then
more-
I'm like so anxious, like, talk to me, talk to me. I'm gonna check the phone, I'm gonna wait for the message, but I would never like text.
I want to see what the therapist says. In my opinion, well, I'm not a fucking obviously therapist, but I was gonna say, in my opinion, I think that's just more of an individual problem. Like, I don't know. I think that's just more of a okay. Well, maybe not. Okay, well, let's not say individual problem because I think a lot of people actually do go through this, where they're feeling anxious, where they're like, oh, maybe he's cheating on me. I'm gonna go through the phone, blah blah blah. So, but I was gonna say, I think that's more of a like, I don't know. I mean, that obviously falls under the anxious and avoidant whole thing. But I was gonna say, I feel like that's more just a like you problem type of thing. Like you can feel anxious, but like choosing to go through someone's phone and being like, oh, if they're being avoidant, I'm gonna be avoidant, but I really want them to talk to me type of thing. I think that's more just a you thing, but especially going through the phone because, bro, you can be anxious. That doesn't mean you have to go through someone's phone. That's definitely your like choice.
First.
Well, like I'm not here to teach you to play better games because that's not.
See, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like this is like that's more so like a you thing, bro. Like that's a you problem type of thing. Like she just said, I'm not here to teach you how to play better games. Like, you know, if you're going through the phone, that's a you thing. That has nothing to do like. It has to do with you being anxious, but like you going through the phone, bro, that's you, bro. We're not gonna blame that on the whole anxious attachment style. That's just you. You know, like same thing with the whole like, oh, they're being avoidant, so I'm gonna be avoidant thing. Like I don't even know. I wouldn't even put that under avoidant attachment, bro. That's just like yeah, that's just you playing games. It's like the whole thing of like when people are like, oh, they didn't text me for 12 hours. So I'm not gonna respond for like 16 hours. It's like, bro, why are we playing games? Like, I never understood that shit, bro. Like, I'm someone who replies fast as fuck too, bro. If I see a message from the girl I like, I'm gonna reply, bro. Like, I definitely am someone who hates like when I reply fast and then they take 12 years to reply. But like, bro, like I said, I don't like playing games, gang. Like, just because they took 2 hours to reply, I'm not gonna take 4. Like, if I see the message, I'm gonna respond. At most, I wait like 5 minutes or some shit. Like, just a little. But like, yeah, bro, I'm not gonna wait 4 hours to reply to a message that I saw like fucking 3 minutes ago. Like you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't like playing those games with people, bro.
Because, like, yeah, you could probably bring in a coach that teaches you how to play a really great game, and you know.
I'm here for that. I'm here for that. Yeah, Coach Jimmy.
Lock it.
Patients around the world are cleaning their retainers wrong. Here are the 3 worst ways to clean your retainer. 1. Brushing.
Yeah, I also just want to add, I've done that too in the past where it's like I'm talking to somebody and it almost becomes like this competition of like who is gonna text who first, who's gonna text I miss you first. But now I don't, like, you don't lose anything from saying I miss you first.
Yes,
like what do you
saying,
lose?
Bro, like,
What if he said like, he doesn't say I miss you too back, I'll be hurt. And I'm the only one missing him.
Well, I'm curious, can we get some real response from someone who's avoidantly attached? How would you feel if someone said, I miss you?
I usually, if someone says they miss me, I recently got that text, I would just be like, I miss me too.
I love that.
That's so on brand.
That is on
But then I
brand.
do that a lot, so maybe.
You do that a lot? This is like almost your inbox is I miss you text?
Yeah, or like if they're interested and I'm like slightly interested, I would respond, but like not give them the satisfaction
Okay.
of saying I miss you or like I
Okay.
like you.
How is that working for you?
Just fine.
Yeah? Okay, so you feel good in your relationships. I don't know the history of what's going on, so how do you feel about your dating life?
I think I'm avoidant right now.
Okay.
Because when I fall really hard. And I'm scared.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Everyone's so
reasonable.
nice. Everyone's so,
That's
you
reasonable
know,
though.
the world is good until you get hurt.
I think
and
that's
then you think otherwise.
reasonable. You know, you're scared of getting hurt. So
Nobody
so you pull
deserves
back.
to get to know this until they prove it to me.
I think that's allowed. I think that's
It's
valid.
a good response
I
to
think that's valid,
feel that someone needs to
112%.
earn, you know, and like show that they're worthy of being close. And we just want to be careful where we're actually creating too much of a shield because we're kind of becoming untouchable, you know? And so sometimes when we're heartbroken too much, we're literally like closing our heart off for self-protection. And then it's not just about earning their way in, it's about like you becoming untouchable and not really falling for someone who you feel you don't have the upper hand with.
Yeah.
What's it like if you're like old and young? Like if you're like an old man, you know?
But
Like-
young in spirit?
No, like if you're old, like in your 40s, and you like, you know, how do you deal with that?
What do you mean?
Yeah, what do you mean?
Like,
What are you
like, so
asking,
you're
bro?
single and dating, or?
No, I'm just saying, like, you know, because
What
like
are
I
you-
mean,
what are you asking?
I feel like because we're so young, it doesn't like
Apply.
it doesn't apply, in a way.
What doesn't apply?
The avoidant anxious stuff?
No, not the avoidant anxious. It's just like, wouldn't the world be so much simpler if just people just did what they wanted to do? Like when it comes to like dating somebody.
Well, here's the thing. When I was invited to come on here, I thought, gosh, these people are so young. They haven't like lived enough heartbreak.
Ooh.
You know, that expression of like wisdom is almost wasted. It's like until you live through it, how can you appreciate, you know, what you're learning right now?
Yeah.
Other than maybe one day, 10 years from now, you'll be like, oh, I'm so glad that I stopped doing that thing I do. And, you know, I like realized what these attachment styles were.
But then I'm also on the note that like, hey, it's better to equip yourself with this information so when shit hits the fan, you know how to deal with it rather than like, you know, you meet a really dope person, shit hits the fan, and you fumble it because you don't have these resources.
Yeah.
I
And
got
Jimmy's valid for
happy
that.
every time
W
like
man
he would
teaching
speak up because I
the youth.
wanted to hear what he would say. I thought like he would get a little bit deeper, and I felt like there's moments that he wanted to, but it just didn't come out. And I mean, I understand. Sometimes it's
Wi-Fi
just hard
quality
to
has become
say what
dog
you
shit.
feel.
Any questions so far?
I wanted to ask like,
my Wi-Fi quality just become fucking terrible. Come on, bro. Let's not act like I can't run 180p, bro. Well, not 180p, but like, you know what I mean, bro. 1080 fucking p.
what's the deal with me always trying to fix?
Did she say p-boys? What? Come on, bro. Let's not act like I can run this shit.
Guys.
Have you heard like the broken bird syndrome?
No.
No. Yeah, it's like you like always just like, oh, this person, he could really use my help.
Bro. Like, oh my fucking god. Like, can we log in? Laptop, bro?
Help. No one sees him like I do. No one gets him like I do.
Clock's always right twice. That's not what she said, though. Bro. Like, come on, bro. I don't want dog shit ass quality.
Right? And so that's one hand, you're like kind of becoming caretaker, you like pick up all these broken birds and you try to save them, right? But in some way,
like, I've
it's
done
like,
that.
who's gonna
Bro, alright, bro. Like, come on, bro. Like, what are we doing?
Look at your stuff.
I think I want.
Bro. And then I lower it back down to where they wanted it, and we're still having the same problem. Like, come on.
I want to fix guys because like I see like a potential and I'm like, I know he can be good. I want him to be.
All right, bro. Like, what is the problem? Like, it's probably a span of like OBS and Wi-Fi at the same time. Like OBS making this shit take 12 years, but then Wi-Fi is just being ass.
Right? And so that's one hand, you're like kind of becoming caretaker, you like pick up all these broken birds and you try to save them, right? But in some way, it's like, who's gonna look at your stuff?
I think I want to fix guys because like I see like a potential and I'm like,
bro,
I know he can be good. I want him to be good and loving for me, and I see it and I want to help you get there.
And then it's also related to worthiness too, because on
I literally can't do anything. Bro.
some level, we might not feel worthy of being with someone who truly loves us.
I literally can't do anything.
Us for who we are, and we think we're only worthy when we're taking care of someone.
Yeah.
You know, and being needed by someone. And if you're anxiously attached, that would be like the ultimate security, is to be like, well, I feel secure because this person needs me.
Yeah.
They're not going to go anywhere because they need me.
Until they do.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think Henna actually asking questions about that makes a lot of sense as to why she went for Michael. Oh, I can fix him. And like, I think what Victoria said about like her
mom.
Yes.
Like not being there for her.
Yes. And then how that manifested into, I only feel secure and worthy if I can fix those people and if I feel like they can depend on me. So I think it makes a lot of sense as to why Henna kept going for Michael, which at first I was like, really? You know, I was like, why? But I mean, it does check out, I think. So
it does check out now.
I have a question.
Yeah.
I tend to like fall for guys that chase me hard enough. Like, how do I stop doing that?
Meaning like you have this test, almost like, let's see how much you're willing to go. Like,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, like I want them
It's
to
definitely in like mental
like
type
do
of
the
like,
most.
individual
Like buy you gifts, take you out.
type
What
of
does that
thing.
look like?
That's more of
I
you have to
normally
heal yourself type of thing.
Just go for the guy that chases me the hardest. I don't really have a type.
Like you want a guy on his knees?
You're in my dreams. I can't stop thinking about you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not sure you're going to be attracting the most emotionally balanced humans if like that's what they're doing. Because also think about it as like a guy who respects himself also respects like if you're not interested, I'm not going to like be weird.
Yeah.
Right? And so you're almost creating a filter of like weirdos. You know?
I mean.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, well, when you put it like that.
Yeah.
Got her.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
She's like,
Yeah.
she's like,
I
damn.
think growing up, I
that
just
makes sense.
craved connection and relationship so bad because I didn't get it at home, that anyone that showed me that kind of, like that they were willing to give it to me, I took it, you know? Yeah, and I wasn't selective with who like I had in my life or who I brought into my life, because I was like, oh, a connection is a connection. Like if he's willing to chase for me or do like go out of his way for me, that means he loves me. Yeah.
So I would invite
You know what?
to like get to know your...
I'll give it to Jimmy. I think having this therapist does help, for sure. The difference between the like letting them talk it out and having a therapist is that I guess in this way they can actually truly get through those problems though, because like they can have certain questions answered. Like literally, she was like, "How do I stop doing that?" And then like as her being a therapist, she clocked it, bro. She literally like simplified the answer for you. She was like, a man who respects himself obviously is gonna be like, well, if that's the way you're gonna act, I'm not gonna. If you're not interested, I'm not gonna play these games. Whereas like, if you want the type of man who's gonna get on his knees and like bark for you, bro, and like swear his loyalty like a puppy, then you're filtering. Then all the guys you want are just weirdos. Men with no self-respect for themselves who are not emotionally balanced. And it's like, damn, bro, none of these niggas would have said that shit. Well, maybe one of them would have said it. I think someone would have clocked it, but still, though, like, I agree. You know what? Maybe having like a therapist there does help.
And say like, well, what would I be attracted to? Like, who would I want to be with? Who do I hope likes me? And that's vulnerable, right? Because you don't know if they're going to like you back. But maybe that's a better filter to start with than just who's pining after you. Has anyone met the standard here? Has anyone chased you thoroughly, properly? No. Here this weekend?
I mean, that's
Can
fine.
someone prove it
This
in
guy.
3 days? Yeah.
I did not chase her the way that.
But that's why I was drawn to him, because he's a really, really nice guy. Yeah.
And you're also like low key, like I don't care until we're serious. So.
That's why it didn't work out.
Yeah.
Honestly, it was like,
I mean,
you can't handle all this. And I was like,
literally, bro.
I don't want to handle all that. You're right. I can't.
Right. But
I can't
how?
do it.
But how did?
And see, I respect him for that too, bro, because. But yeah, I can understand why they didn't work out. I mean, clearly, like what they both said, obviously doesn't. It's like oil and water. It's not gonna mix, bro. It's just gotta like like it's gonna separate. Like he's like he doesn't care about how the girl feels until they're serious, which I feel like kind of contradicts itself, because then how would you get in a relationship if you didn't care how she feels? But I digress. But then she's like, well, the type of guys I go for are the guys who like chase me hard enough, that like show devotion and wanting me and things of that nature. And like how he just said, like, he doesn't care about how the girl feels in the beginning. So like, yeah, she's like, you can't handle that. So that nigga's like, you right, bro, I can't. So he just lets that lie. And it's like, yeah, bro, you got it. But I respect him for that. I don't like, every guy's different. Like some guys like a girl like Ashley, who's like, who's very confident in herself, who's like, I'm this shit, because then they like to see them submissive, they like to get them submissive and shit like that. Whereas you have people like him who's like, bro, I'm not messing with a girl who's like, you can't handle all this. He's like, yeah, bro, you got it then. You right. I'll just go find someone else. Like, I respect both sides.
How did it feel to hear that he's someone who maybe at the beginning isn't gonna like bend over backwards, but once you're his person, he'll do everything for you?
Sounds like a great guy.
I didn't feel anything.
Oh, you didn't feel anything?
Yeah,
Okay.
I didn't feel anything.
Okay, but for you, don't want you to write anybody off because at the beginning they're.
Maybe I don't know if I want to say he's a great guy. I don't think in the beginning you should have to bend over backwards. I think you should obviously do things, but I think it also depends though. Like this is different. Like they're on a dating show, so I feel like him trying to do like romantic things or stuff like that would be valid. Whereas if you're in a talking stage, there's nothing wrong doing romantic things in a talking stage, but then obviously you don't want to do something like, love bombing. But yeah, you don't want to do something like love bombing and things like that either. Like, Also, bruh, random time for my mom to text. But yeah, you don't want to do things like love bombing either. Because, obviously, love bombing is bad. Like, we talked about this before on, I think, episode 2. Like, love bombing's bad, obviously. But it's only bad, obviously, if the person doesn't, fucking reciprocate it either. Because it's not love bombing if they reciprocate it. It's love bombing because, you're doing all this and they're like, chill, bro, type of thing. I don't remember how we got to love bombing because now that I've read this text, it shifted my fucking brain. Anyway, my fault. Oh, what the fuck? Wait, hold on. didn't even see that. Yeah. Anyway, my fault.
Not chasing you hard enough.
I think I do that a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
But yeah, they're definitely
have
like
a
oil and
question.
water
Yeah.
for sure.
What do you think is ready for a relationship? Because I feel like very happy to be single because when I'm single, I'm emotionally very stable. I only stress about work.
I don't know.
And
feel like
I have no heartbreak.
I don't know how
I
the
just feel
therapist is
good.
going to explain
But
it. But
I know
feel like
when
that's
I
a thing that's
really get into a relationship or when I like
individualistic,
someone,
you'll
I'll be
know when you're
miserable.
ready.
So I try not to get myself like emotionally unstable. When I'm like actually sad about a guy,
Well,
I
obviously,
can't, you know,
a lot of
I
things
just
go
scroll
into
my
that.
phone the whole day. I'm trying to distract myself, but I can't. When I was taking a shower, when I'm walking, I just always thinking about him. It just makes me feel like I'm not there. Like I can't control my brain. I don't like the feeling of losing control myself. So I'm like more stable when I'm single.
What I pick up is that you will lean or bias towards staying positive no matter what.
Yeah.
And so in some ways, it's like you make it too easy for guys around you because you're just like, it's like the opposite of what you're talking about. You're like, I make guys fight, go through a triathlon before like I let them get my phone number, you know, and you're just like happy and cheerful and just like almost too easygoing. It's like the opposite of having a triathlon.
I'm gonna be mean.
But it's not even that because we
don't
just
be
told her
mean.
she shouldn't do that either. But it's like you'll get a lot of guys coming around because you make it so easy for them to get your time, to spend time with you. Just because he's going out with you doesn't mean he's really interested in you. You just made it really easy for him to keep going out with you. If you keep smiling, just notice how much am I smiling, you know? And it's not to say that smiling is bad, but just you'll start to notice that, and again, I'm not trying to help you play a game, but there is a certain energy of people who are not just smiling when nothing is being said to smile to, you know? Even if he's not telling a joke and he's not making you smile, like why are we smiling? But women and girls are trained to be people pleasing and to like smile and look sweet and be like a doll, right? And like that's where we want to take our power back as women and be like, why am I smiling and I'm trained to do that no matter what? Your parents probably trained you to be like that, right?
My bad. I'm just, see, my whole mood today got shifted now, bro. I just found out my brother became the manager at his job, bro. Whole mood getting shifted and shit. Like, got me fucking smiling ear to ear. I'll talk to him about it after this video, though. Obviously, I'm in the middle of doing something. But, yeah.
It's like, be a
Plus,
good
I
girl.
have a
Oh,
long
how
way to go
cute
with this
she
video. It's
is.
an hour and 12
Yeah.
minutes, bro. My recording is 53, and I'm only 20 minutes in.
Okay.
Oh, damn.
Okay.
But you are really cute.
Damn. I wasn't
Good
expecting
girl.
that.
Oh, look how cute she is. Yeah.
It's not her fault, though. She just psychoanalyzing you niggas.
But you are really cute.
It's her job. You are really cute, though.
New York's considering legislation that raises
telling the
grocery
truth, though.
prices and makes our affordability crisis worse. Families and small.
Come on, bro. Like, come on, bro. Just let me. Like, it's a 15-second ad, bro. And I can't skip it either. Like, the least you could do is let me get through it.
Businesses are already struggling. We can't afford higher prices, more red tape, or new
Like
state
what?
bureaucracy. Stop raising prices. We can't afford it.
One thing I was gonna say, though, is I like the difference between, like, did they switch seatings or some shit? Or am I bugging? But I like the difference between, like, Ashley and, Hannah. That's her name, right? Why can't I remember her name right now? I think it's Hannah, right? I don't remember, bro. But I like the difference between Ashley and her. Because, like, they have the opposite problems, you know? So I feel like they could take, like, a learning from one another, you know? Like, they could kind of learn from one another. Like, see the good things about the way they act, though. Like, Ashley obviously shouldn't be, like, mean, obviously, or not mean, but be like, obviously, you shouldn't be like, I shouldn't give any of these guys the time of day until they show that devotion towards me. Obviously, that's not healthy either. Like, you should want a guy who values himself and respects himself. But you shouldn't be too easygoing either, because that's how a lot of men play in your face type of thing. Like, you know, you're making it, like how she said, you're making it easy for these guys to be around you, that for them to get close. and things of that nature, you know? Whereas like Ashley on the other hand, she's like, I'm not gonna entertain you until you show me that you should be entertained, which isn't good either. Which isn't good to the extent that she takes it, it's not good. But like that's what I'm saying, they can learn things from each other. Like learn from Ashley, like you just shouldn't let niggas play in your face. But at the same time, you shouldn't be like, you shouldn't be like, oh well, in order for me to fuck with you, you have to get on your hands and knees and beg for me too. But like Ashley can learn from her too that like, you know, you can afford to be more easygoing and like letting people in, you know, not writing people off at the start. You can afford to be easygoing and let people in and like, well, I'm literally just repeating what I just said. But yeah, like you can just afford to not write people off. Whereas she, on the other hand, needs to like, you know, there's nothing wrong with being happy, being easygoing, being jolly. But you definitely also need to like, you know, you can't be like that. You can't allow that all the time. Like, there's nothing wrong with suspecting people either, type of thing. But I like that. It's like they can low-key learn from each other because they have the opposite problem.
You got it. Don't stress. You got it.
Yeah.
You got it.
I never be sad in front of my parents.
W Winter?
Yeah. So you were conditioned for a long time to just be happy and smile no matter what's happening.
It's like I can't be sad in the family. If I'm sad, like my parents will blame me.
Yeah.
Be like, why are you so weak? Why are you stressed? Everybody's stressed. Like, why are you only the one who's stressed? I work all day. Like, we wake up early, go out, work for you. We earn money, we pay the rent, and you're just a kid. You just go to school. What are you sad about? Like,
they make me feel like having emotion, having pressure is my own fault. If you can't solve the problem, if you can't take the pressure, then you're a pussy. Then you're weak.
I feel scared to be sad.
Yeah, and you can
And
be.
you see, that kind of doesn't make sense in itself. I feel like it's contradictory because it's like, what do you mean? Because I can't take the pressure, I'm weak and I'm pussy, bro. I feel like in order to be strong, you have to be equally weak, type of thing. Like, how else do you expect there to be growth? You know, like, I don't know how to explain it. It's just like, oh, you can't handle the pressure, you're weak. When it's like, bro, how do you expect me to learn from it though? Like, you know, like if there's pressure and you easily get over it, you're not learning from it. You know, like I feel like there has to be pressure for you to learn. That's why I'm like, I feel like for you to equally grow, you have to equally be weak at the same time. Like,
Sad, you can be angry, you can be all of it.
I can't be angry.
yes,
Yeah,
yes, you
I
can,
understand.
but
That's what it feels like.
yeah, that's what it
I can't have I have to be respectful, you know, like.
They've wired you to be convenient for them. Okay? And not because they didn't love you, but because they were probably overwhelmed and doing the best they could, you know? Like, it was a lot for them to see you unhappy, was probably really hard for them.
Yeah.
And instead of looking inward and feeling ashamed of, like, why is our daughter sad, they want to quickly get upset with you and make it stop so that they didn't have to look at anything hard.
Yeah. So I very scared to show my emotion
She's a very
to
good
them
therapist,
or
bro.
like to other people because I feel like it's kind of
obviously,
wrong
she
to
wouldn't
do
have
that.
that job if she
I broke my bones
wasn't.
before, and none of my parents know.
I'm so sorry.
And because I'm like, compared to the mistakes or like the consequences that I have, I'm more scared to let them know.
Yeah, but it's so tiring to try to be perfect all the time and no one ever really sees your full self, right? Because it feels like you're only allowed to show a very specific version of you.
You might not pause for the rest
anybody.
of this fucking video, bro. I feel like
Yeah.
I mean, well.
So I think it's great that you shared this here.
I don't want to talk over the therapist either.
Our parents did their best. You know, a lot of them were your age when they had you probably, and just think about how prepared do you feel to be parents right now, you know? And so even though they did their best, they had good intentions, but I think we could all agree that the impact was not always positive for different reasons, you know? And I think it's the thing that's really hard to understand, which we're going to pack in our next session, is their limitations were really just a sign of them. It was not a reflection of our worthiness, of your hurting yourself not mattering, your feelings not mattering. You know, it's your fault. Like, all of that is not true. It's just because they weren't equipped to be parents. Okay, and I know that that's like hard because we make the meaning. However our parents treated us, whatever we saw, we might have like closed our heart down because we don't want to ever experience what we saw our parents go through. Or we might have, you know, filtered ourselves to become this perfect, sweet, good girl all the time. And so now you get to feel your feelings, you get to express yourself, and you get to show other parts of you, the sad parts, the angry parts, you know? And I feel that you're gonna break the cycle of the kinds of guys you attract when you embody more of your full self versus just the version of you that you think is acceptable and that people like. So in some ways, like,
bro, clock that shit, bro. Oh my god, yeah, no, she knows what she's doing. I gotta take notes, bro. I'm trying to become a fucking marriage counselor. I gotta take notes from what she's saying, bro. Especially because I'm already saying that a lot of things I'm just like, I think that's an individual problem, but she's just like, nah, it goes from this, and this. Yeah, I gotta take notes, bro. I gotta start taking notes. Especially if this is literally what I'm trying to do. I mean, they're not married, obviously. A marriage counselor is obviously different from just dating. But, you know, I figured I should probably do more than one thing, though, because, I mean, I feel like we're in a day and time where people who have problems in marriages aren't going to go looking for help. So I'm like, I probably should dabble into more than just marriage therapy. More like just therapy in general type of thing. But all good.
being less perfect and more messy is actually going to find you better love.
I'm like scared to do.
Yeah, but you're here. This is the first step.
Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. You good?
No, I also really relate to Ray as like, I think a lot of people see me as like very bubbly, very like happy, very positive all the time. But like at home, it's like I carry this like weight every single day where I have like parents the same as her, where like being weak gets punished, being vulnerable gets punished. And it's like something that I still struggle to this day. They grew up in like, you know, their own generation, how they were raised. They're just trying to like teach me and guide me the best way that they can and with their ability. I wouldn't say they're the best parents, but I know deep down they love me and they just think they're doing what's right for me. So it's like, yeah, I relate to Ray a lot. And yeah.
Watching this, I actually related to Ray so much. Like, I think whenever I watched season 2's Trauma Night, it was like, okay, yeah, like some parts were like relatable, but whenever Ray was talking about like how, like, it just like hit me like super hard, because me growing up, I was also like, my sadness was punished too, where it was like, why are you sad? You know, like, I'm sad. And I think I feel a lot more sad for Ray because she grew up with like having to smile through all the pain and like, you know, acting like everything's okay, very bubbly on the outside. Whereas for me, the way I grew up from it was, it manifested into me not feeling safe with my own vulnerability. So it's like, I can't even imagine like how she must feel like whenever she feels sad, she's like, okay, no, be happy, like everything's fine. You know, my heart goes out to her, honestly. That hit me so hard, oh man.
And before Jimmy speaks, I was gonna say, I feel like that's the hardest thing too, is that for their parents, like, they know their parents love them, but I feel like the hardest thing too is that because their parents, obviously, this is their first time, you know, it's a whole lot, bro. Like, one, this stems from their grandparents, like, their parents, this is how they acted with them. It's such a, cultural thing. Two, is their first time being a parent, you know? Like, those two factors, bro, like, they love their kid, but, like, they obviously just don't know, like, you know, how to be a parent. And by, like, obviously the only person you can look to of how to be a parent was your own parents. You know, there's no one else, obviously, unless you have friends and things of that nature. But obviously when you're parenting, you're going to think of how your parents acted around you, you know? And it's like, it's such a cultural thing for Asian families where like emotions kind of just don't matter. Well, I don't want to say Asian families, you know, I want to say specifically like, I don't know what type of, because I don't want to say like that's all Asian families either. But you know, I don't know everyone's diversity here within like the Asian community, so I can't necessarily, you know, just jump from one to the other. But I would just say for a lot, I guess, or from what I'm seeing from them, emotions aren't necessarily something that matters for them, or like it's not something that's talked about, or like it's not something that's like learned about, or like, you know, something they care so much about type of thing. I don't know. I feel like I'm explaining this terribly, but yeah. But it's hard for their parents too, though, because it's not like that's something they can easily change either. Because like when you're a newfound parent, the only experience you have, the only people you can look to was your own parents, and obviously you're gonna mimic what they did. But obviously it's like who you are as a person also does stem from your environment, and a lot of your environment comes from your parents. Obviously, they're the ones who raised you. I mean, obviously the other things stem from like friends and things of that nature too. But you know, but fuck, I forgot what it's called in psychology. It's like nature versus something else. And you know, obviously environment. A lot of how you are as a person stems from your environment, especially as a child. I mean, that's when you're literally figuring out who you are as a person. Like, you know, that's when all those personality traits and things of that nature come in from. And it's like, you know, having your parents be like, oh, why are you sad? I should be the one sad. I'm the one working every day, having to pay these bills, blah, blah, blah. You're just going to school, bro. You're just dealing with 5th grade math. Why are you sad? Yeah, like that obviously isn't good for growth. Like you're just showing, like, as a parent, like, you don't care. Or like, you're like, oh, you don't have a reason to be sad. You're being weak right now. I'm dealing with this, and this. And you're complaining about because you got like a fucking 70 on your test, bro. I'm dealing with grown ass shit. You don't see me crying. It's like, yeah, bro, that's not healthy for a kid to see. Like, that's not healthy for a kid. And you shouldn't be telling your kids that, obviously. And then you create problems like this, bro, where they go out into the world and now they have all these fucking traumatic responses to things, and they can't even form their own like good relationships, bro, out in the world. Or like they struggle to form connections because it all started from you. Like,
so I want to take this time and have everybody reveal their occupations and what they do. Only that. Keep everything else still a mystery.
Age?
Yeah, no, keep that a mystery. Keep everything else a mystery. But occupations, let's do that.
Okay.
Yeah, across the board.
Starting here?
Yeah.
I'm a tattoo artist.
Full time?
Full time.
I'm an HVAC technician, so I deal with all like cooling and heating elements, repairments, installations type.
I help with the family business. My mom was a clothing brand.
I work full-time in music marketing.
Full-time content creator, college student.
Digital creator / influencer.
Streamer, content creator, online personal trainer.
Cool.
I work in finance, banking.
Yeah. That's the way Brett says it. You know, he low-key kind of gives that. I work in finance banking. He low-key kind of gives that. I feel like he has a personality where that's fine in that environment. Like, you know, kind of just upbeaty, I guess. Or like, I don't know.
Student, and I do content creation with dancing.
That's fine.
I'm a content creator and I'm a figure skating coach.
Oh yeah, that's why they made that comment earlier. They
Who's
like, get
excited
them on
to
the ice.
heal these wounds now that we've really talked about them and packed them? Yeah.
Figure skating coach is crazy.
Okay, good.
But what Jay said he does is fucking crazy too, though. Like, bro, that definitely isn't some shit that's just easy to do. He has to be smart as fuck. So
What's gonna happen now is everybody is gonna break off into individual rooms. You guys will be all attached to Victoria's voice.
you're gonna put your headphones on and I'm gonna walk you through a guide, and then I'm gonna prompt you at various points. I'm gonna say things like, okay, who do you see in the chair right now? So it's gonna be things where you can say out loud because you'll be in the privacy of your room.
The cast members can't hear each other, but every single cast member is able to hear Victoria.
This is the cream of the crop of her techniques.
Yeah, this is one of her techniques where she speaks to you and have you unpack things you've never really unpacked or even seen. A guided journey through your entire life. 1, 2,
Are they gonna let us see all this?
4.
I was gonna be like, I mean, I might join in,
5.
I guess, but.
All right, so just make yourself comfortable.
But obviously, they're gonna let us see their answers.
And just remember, you are completely safe as we go on this journey of healing your heart. And you're gonna start with your eyes open and just look up a moment. And imagine you're looking at your mind's eye in the center of your forehead. And keep your eyes looking up as you take a deep breath in and breathe out. And as you breathe out, just gently close your eyes while still looking up now. Good, you can feel the muscles and nerves around your eyes becoming heavier and heavier. And as you drift deeper now, you find you are listening with your subconscious mind. You are going to a deep level where you are responsible for healing your heart. And now I want you to imagine that you've gone inside your body and you are standing in front of your beautiful beating heart, the portal to your soul. You feel so small next to it. You see and hear it calmly beating. And you walk up to your heart, the sound of it beating getting louder now. You walk around it and you notice there's a door. And you walk through this doorway into a chamber of your heart. And as you peer inside this chamber, you find a younger version of you who's in there crying, sobbing. They feel not lovable unconditionally. They look up at you, and you look at them. They know you are them, so they feel safe with you. They trust you. And you walk over and gently take them by the hand and you ask, why do you feel unlovable? And they open up to you and tell you about a time someone they love hurt them, upset them, made them feel not lovable. This person is the root cause of you not feeling lovable unconditionally. And it's time for us to heal this wound now. So you ask, who is the person that you love that made you feel this way? And they point to the other side of the chamber, and you see a person you know sitting there in a chair. Who is it? You walk toward this person, standing between them and that younger you, knowing that you are safe and supported as you do so. And now I want you to tell them how they made you feel.
You made me feel unloved. Unwanted.
I'm upset with you because
I am upset with you because
I'm upset with you because I felt like I was never good enough.
I am upset with you because
I want you to be proud of me. To tell me you love me.
Good, keep going. I'm angry with you because
You were supposed to be my dad. You were supposed to guide me through life and show me how I should be treated. And now I have to show myself.
Just put an end on it without thinking about it. Just let the words flow out of your mouth.
And now I have to show myself how it is to be truly loved. And that's why, I don't know.
You made me feel.
This is hard.
Repeat out loud after me. You made me feel.
You made me feel small and unworthy of love and insecure. And everything I shouldn't have felt as a little girl.
I'm upset with you because
I'm already trying my hardest, my best.
You're so selfish.
I'm angry with you because
I'm scared to be angry with you.
I'm angry with you because you're an asshole. You never really truly cared that I was your daughter. You didn't take enough care of me.
And now I want you to tell them out loud, how has this impacted your life?
I don't know how I'm supposed to be treated. I don't know how a man is supposed to properly treat a woman.
What did it make you believe about yourself?
That I'll probably never find real love.
I have a lot of resentment towards him. I think everyone would have been a lot happier if my family was still together. Sorry. I think individually, every one of my family members, my brother included and my mom, sorry.
Fuck, this is so hard. Oh, I hate doing this.
They were like this before you were born, not because of you.
I don't know.
It was never because you weren't lovable.
They're constantly still trying to heal from trauma from my parents from the family breaking up, and I think we're all very avoidant, so we don't like to talk about it. And growing up, I was the only one vocal about it. I was the only one who wanted to talk about it, and nobody wanted to talk about it with me, and it was really, really hard for me. So I was just okay, maybe I should just shut the fuck up and deal with it the way they are. Yeah, so I think it made me a lot more closed off, for sure.
And you are so much stronger than this person because you're doing this healing and breaking the cycle. You are the change maker. I want you to imagine that the soul of this person is in front of you now. The soul is the unwounded version, but there's also love between the two of you, just not in the way you needed it, and they weren't always able to show it because of their own wounds. Say out loud each time, I am letting go of the pain. You have no power over me anymore.
I'm letting go of the pain. You have no power over me anymore.
And a bright white light surrounds you now. And this bright white light is filled with particles of peace and love. And these little particles of peace and love flood through your body. And you sit down in that empty chair and you look around that heart chamber. And it's just you and that younger you left there now. And they run up to you, smiling, laughing, and they give you the biggest hug. They feel so happy and free now because you finally gave them a voice. You have the power to set them free. And you wrap your arms around them now, and you look deep into their eyes and you give them the love they've always needed and deserved. And now you're going to say out loud after me, I love you unconditionally.
I love you unconditionally.
You are so important to me.
You are so important to me.
I'm sorry for what you went through.
I'm sorry for what you went through.
It wasn't your fault.
It wasn't your fault.
You are safe now.
You are safe now.
I will protect you.
I will protect you.
You will never be alone.
You will never be alone.
I will always be here for you.
I will always be here for you.
You are perfect.
You are perfect.
You do belong.
You do belong.
You are loved more than you will ever know.
You are loved more than you will ever know.
You are more than enough.
You are more than enough.
We are healed now.
We are healed now.
And they look up at you and nod their head as if to say, I'm ready. And as you hold them, you feel their little body integrate with your body, and you become one. Their little heart starts to slowly integrate with your heart, becoming one whole heart. And as your hearts become one and whole, it sends an explosion of love through your body that breaks down those walls that were surrounding your heart. You are letting go now of anything that has been stopping you from loving yourself. Your heart is whole. Your heart is free. Your heart is open to receiving more love than ever before, and it feels incredible. And you look around that chamber one more time, and you see a person who is you but different. They're your higher self. And they tell you how amazing you are, how proud they are of you. They tell you that you are always safe and supported. And they turn to you and tell you how long they've been waiting for this moment. The moment your heart was finally free to accept them and let them in. And they take both your hands in theirs and tell you important guidance that you need right now. What do they say?
Stop doubting, follow your heart. Look out for other people's emotions. Love doesn't have to be hard.
And you walk out of that chamber and you notice that the wall around your heart is no more. You truly see and understand now that you are not that younger self anymore. Nothing you went through was your fault. You finally recognize yourself for who you are. You are truly special. You are a gift to the world, and you are so worthy and deserving of love. Love has always been available to you, but it was hidden beneath some pain. That pain is gone now. You believe you are lovable. You feel you are lovable, and you act like someone who knows they are lovable. Feeling whole, feeling transformed, feeling complete. On the count of 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Doncic steps back, three-pointer. That is just too good.
Before she touches into that, damn, bro, that was a lot. That was a lot, bro. You can tell that they went through you can tell they went through some self-healing, bro, in that process. Maybe not everyone, because obviously we couldn't see everyone's POV. And I mean, one of the things I was going to say was I wanted to see more of the guys, but I don't think it's necessarily their fault. I think it's because they probably were just saying everything mentally. So, like, obviously, for the video, there might have not been, like, anything to show us, you know? That's what I'm going to assume. Like, maybe they just weren't saying anything out loud. How, like, Ashley was. Like, she was answering out loud. She was saying everything out loud. Like, you know, Ray was talking out loud for a bit. King Mean, she was talking out loud for some things. Mac was speaking out loud for some things. You know? Or, like, even the repeat after me, like, you could see Hannah, she was crying, bro. So, like, obviously you can tell she was going through it, but she wasn't speaking out loud, but she was internally answering these questions because she was crying. So I'm assuming the rest were doing the same. But, like, damn, bro, you can tell, like, that shit was impactful as fuck. Like, they were going through the motions, especially the girls, you know? Like, for the girls, all of them were crying besides Kinmi and Aiko. Well, I don't think Kinmi was crying when she was on the bed there, but Aiko wasn't crying. But, like, Hannah, Ray, Ashley, those three were crying while going through this. The guys weren't crying, though. Well, you know, I think that's more so from a man standpoint, where it's like, even when going through such trauma, we're not gonna let that, like, make us cry. And I mean, you could say that kind of stems from because boys don't cry type of thing, where it's like, you know, even going through that, we're not gonna let it, like, make us cry type of thing. Maybe, but I don't know. But they all obviously have their own, like, traumatic things, and, like, maybe it's just not traumatic to the point where they get teary-eyed about it, you know, but that doesn't mean it doesn't still hurt. But yeah. But that was nice. That was good to see them healing. Like I said, I wish I saw it more from the guys. But like I said, you know, if they're answering these questions internally, then obviously there's nothing for us to see. You know, that's just between them and themselves, basically. It's between them. It's just, you know, if they healed, then they healed, which is good. But, you know, as a viewer, obviously we aren't allowed to see anything, which kind of sucks. But he did say, if you want to see the uncut, you know, you can go see it. You know, you can see them, like, maybe just facial expressions or things of that nature, maybe. I also thought, also the editing was beautiful on that. I don't know if Gabe was the one editing or they have more people editing. Whoever edited it, bro, 10 out of 10, chef's kiss. One thing I noticed too was the repeat after me, how, like, in the beginning, you know, it was like 4 of them, then it was like 5 of them, but there's certain things that she would repeat, certain people wouldn't say things on, like, oh, like, I forgive you, it's not your fault, you're unconditionally loved. Like, oh, we went from 5 people to 3 people now. Like, you know how you can still tell, like, certain things they still don't want to say, or, like, they're not going to say it because they don't believe it, type of thing, you know? At least that's how I interpreted it. Like, you know, like, them not repeating that was because it's like, that's not how they feel in that moment. At least the parent part. When talking to them younger selves, that's different. But at least for the parent part, I felt like, you know, like, we went from, like, oh, 5 people saying it to now it just being 3, to, like, 4 people saying this one line, to now it back to being 3, or like everyone saying the one line, or like not everyone but 5 people saying it, you know, I took that as in like, oh, you know, like they're only saying the things they believe, like, oh, like you're unconditionally loved, like, you know, they might have not said anything because it's like they don't feel that way, you know, like, and they don't forgive them, you know, type of thing. But damn, that was good. That was a good therapy, bro. Very therapeutic. Very good for them.
In that segment, I really resonated with Ashley. It was like, it's like, first part was like Ray with the whole parenting thing, and then also like Ashley with like everyone in the family could just be happier if it was just like broken up. Because in my family, like everyone, we're all avoidant, so nobody wants to like talk about things, and I'm like the one who always want to try to like bring in like the Western culture of like, let's talk about our feelings, like let's come together and talk about it, but it never works. So it's like, yeah, maybe I should shut the fuck up. So I really related to her in that sense. That was like kind of my take on that. I want to give you a hug.
Need a group hug here.
I think
Brandon,
it's
Jimmy,
very
slide in.
interesting to see that the contrast, I guess, from season 2 and season 3. I think season 2, the focus of a lot of the trauma was grief and losing loved ones. But I think statistically, there's a lot of people that have experienced
parental
like
traumas,
and I think it'll hit home for a lot of people, the viewers at home.
It might not resonate with as many guys, just because like we bury our feelings to the point where it's not even like existent. That's why I think
that's what I was trying to say. Like, we only saw the girls, bro. We didn't see anything from the guys, which is why I was saying, like, me as a guy, bro, I wanted to see more from the guys because of this fact of like, yes, bro, as men, we don't necessarily talk much about our feelings when it comes to certain things. And, you know, even till this day in society, bro, you know, it's, you know, and there's multiple factors. We live in a society where women are always like, fuck men now, bro, which is even more why it's like, you know, like, oh, well then if it's fuck men, then it's like, well, we're not gonna share our feelings, bro. We're not gonna tell you how we feel, blah, blah, blah. And then like, bro, I've said to my homegirls too, like, you know, how I feel, like, bro, we need to stop this hate on men. Like, we shouldn't, like, for women, there shouldn't be this whole thing of like, guilty until proven innocent for men type of thing, because not all of us have ill intentions, not all of us cheated, not all of us did something wrong. Like, you know, I'm not saying women shouldn't have their guard up, but like, all right, as I was saying, let's stop this hate on men. And that, as I was saying, the whole boys don't cry BS is probably why none of them like showed any signs. All of them just laying here during the whole traumatic thing, whereas the girls, we see them responding, crying type of thing, healing in real time, whereas the guys laying there just probably responding internally, obviously, but like no signs on the outside, like, you know, because the whole kind of societal thing of men aren't supposed to like really show emotions, which is probably why none of them have shown any realistically here, but all good. But, you know, that's just how it is.
Fall asleep here. It's like not even funny though. It's like more concerning that guys are actually so guarded that they're like, I don't want to explore what is so deep down in there. And I think that's really sad that they're so like the.
Okay. How are y'all feeling?
Good.
Pretty good.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Brand new person.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I also saw some emotion.
But I did like from Winter when he, for that part about talking to the self, where what he was saying, that, to himself, that like he loves himself. I was like, that's good. That's fire. Like, at least from one of the guys we saw like self-healing, at least in that moment.
Being felt and processed. Anyone want to share what that was like for you?
I think it's a little bit hard for me because none of my parents speak English. And I feel like when I'm in the family, because I'm the only one like in my family who speak English, so I kind of like, I talk, when I talk, I was talking in English to try to talk to them. So this is also kind of how I feel in the family. They can't understand me.
Yeah.
Some of the words I didn't really say out because I was saying in my heart, like with my mother tongue, so I didn't really say out with the English. And also, I know it's hard, but I also don't really blame them.
Yeah, sure.
Because everybody has their own wounds.
Yeah.
This is my parents' first time to be a parent. So why would I blame them too? So, yeah.
Okay, it sounds like you came full circle though. At the beginning, you were able to express what you felt, and then by the end, you understood and accepted and forgave them.
Yeah.
Good.
Which is what I was trying to say in that one part where I was like, it's hard for their parents because it's like, this is the first time they're raising a kid. They have no one to look to but their own parents. And if their parents weren't emotionally available, then why would they be? And that goes on to their kids. And that's just, it's a cycle.
And that's amazing.
Thank you.
What else was that like for anyone else who wants to share?
For me, I think the longest time I kind of resented my dad because he was never really there for my mom or my sister growing up. And I think that having an absent father made it hard for my mom as well. He was an alcoholic, and it was just really tough on seeing my mom go through like depression. Sorry.
No, you don't have to apologize.
And I don't like opening up about this a lot because it's about my parents. But it made me realize as well that my dad was actually doing it for our family. You know, he was working hard to like get us into good schools, make sure we were well educated.
So you felt his love?
Yeah, like I think as I grew up, I started to realize that, you know, my dad was doing it out of love, not out of hate or because he didn't want to see us. I think that's also kind of why I have a bit of like trust issues with guys in general, and I didn't believe in love for a long time because I saw the marriage between my parents and I thought like, oh, not all marriages work out. But I think that you know, looking at other people's experiences with their relationships and marriages, I realized that, oh, okay, maybe it could work out. I shouldn't hold myself back and generalize and say like, oh, every relationship or marriage is gonna turn out bad. You really helped me reflect on my past and my younger self, so just wanna thank you for that.
Yeah, you're so welcome.
When you were saying just like let something come out, and I was like, okay, let me just think of something that like what's an insecurity or something that I have right now, and I always just kept on coming back to like I don't fit in, or I'm not like good enough or whatever. And I was like, okay, why do I feel like that? Because I don't think my parents ever made me feel like that. But then hearing Ray's story, I think my approach to the whole thing is like a little bit different. Where I'm from is like, I'm like used to being the only Asian in the room. So
did you have anyone in your family, or relatives or friends or bullies, make you feel like teased for being different?
Yeah, so what I was getting to is that my parents tried to raise me not Asian, I think.
Okay.
Which is weird because you're trying to be like as white as you can, because I think that's like that's gonna like push you further in life or something.
Right,
like
because
I
they
literally
struggle
don't.
being immigrants here.
In itself.
And I don't know any other language other than English, and like I don't really connect with any of my like Asian heritage or whatever. But then I also feel a little bit excluded from like the white community.
Yeah.
And I think that was kind of something that I'm like starting to unpack here. yeah, I do feel like out of place a lot.
Yeah.
And I don't really feel like I belong anywhere because I'm trying to fit in everywhere.
Did you feel like you belonged with your family, your parents?
I think so. Like, they didn't make me feel like I didn't belong, but it's almost like if I was just like the token white boy, they would be happy. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
That feels like pretty conditional though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's also just kind of like a RIP type of thing. But it's also understandable though. I mean, like, they're in America. You can't blame them for thinking necessarily in that way of like, that his parents probably come from Asia maybe, and they're like, oh, we're in America. Now we have a son. And, you know, they might live in like probably a white predominant, oh my God, I can't speak. Probably in a white neighborhood or something, or a lot of them talk about how like they go to school and it was mostly white people, and then, you know, there's like 1 or 2 Asian kids and they're out of place type of thing. So it's like, obviously you're gonna try and like make him grow up to be that way, or like he's in a place now where it's like, well, everyone else is this one race and there's like only one other person that looks like him. It's like, obviously he feels out of place. But then now it's like his parents are trying to condition him into kind of being like white too, and it's like, it's weird that like, but it's like, I understand it from the parent aspect too though, because they're like, obviously white people, at least in their sense, have an advantage, which I guess they're not, I mean, they're not wrong, but in things of that nature type of thing that goes into it. I don't know how to explain. I mean, he explained it perfectly fine. That's probably the best way you can explain it, the way that he said. But the other thing I wanted to mention though was that even with the whole men thing too, you can see how like that still plays a part, even with their parents, because all the girls, how they all kind of have the same experience of like, they're like their dad this, their dad that he wasn't showing love and things of that nature, and literally how they were talking about earlier, how that with guys, we're like, we don't really show our emotion like that, really, like we keep that shit deep down. And like, you can even see how that goes into like their parents, how they're like, well, their dad didn't show that he cared emotionally, like he never said I love you, things of that nature. You can see that playing out even with their parents, the whole guys keeping their emotions deep down type of thing.
Yes, please.
I have a question. I was wondering if anyone here had like a hard time like speaking.
Yeah, it was a little hard. It was a little hard.
That's okay. Did you want to comment on your experience?
Oh, my heart is racing.
It's okay.
I think when you told us to like look back at like whoever, my parents definitely like showed up, but I think like I've already went through the process of accepting the fact that that's how they are. But the talking thing, I couldn't like say anything. I think I just said one thing in the beginning.
Was it a language thing? Did you think it would have been easier in their language?
No. I think I've been like mute most of my life.
Were you protecting their feelings, or did it feel more like just, I've never spoken up, it's so hard to express?
Like I want to, and it's like all in my head, like I write it all down, but it just doesn't come out.
Okay.
When I first imagined myself, like my younger self, like I just like teared.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like the parent thing wasn't like too much of that big of a deal, but my most recent relationship took like a huge toll on me, like to the point that like I went to like the hospital, and like it was so draining, and now it's like I had this fear that I lost myself completely. Like I was like, oh, I'm not the same Hannah anymore, and I don't believe in love anymore.
Was there something traumatic in that relationship?
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was just scared. Like I was just scared that like everything I believed in my whole my whole life is just gone. And so.
Okay. I love to support you in resolving this, but I also don't want to put you on the spot if you don't want to share it, you know? First of all, what was the nature of the trauma?
A lot of like mental, and I think like.
Again, like you don't have to share it, you know, if you don't want to, but do you recall like a specific memory of your earliest unsafety, feeling of unsafety as a kid?
Yeah, my middle school.
Okay.
Middle school going into high school.
Okay. Can you remember like something that happened?
I always feel like I was just overthinking it. Like it's not that serious.
So you don't have to say it, but I'm curious, do you have a specific visual memory?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't have to say anything you don't want to. Like, you can just,
Yeah.
you know?
It's like I want to, but I'm like, oh.
You've been silenced and traumatized at a young age, and because you can't or won't talk about it, it's like the reason why you haven't found your voice again, and why like it doesn't feel safe in your body.
Actually deep.
Yeah. That's okay. Can you feel that? Your body's going into the fight or flight right now?
Yeah, I'm like.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's okay.
But like at the end, my like hope was going away, but I think your exercise like really made me realize that like I can still like love, or like I can still like receive.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's good though. That's
okay.
That's
yeah.
progress.
I kind of want to take her through a trauma release, but I also feel like she might feel a little overwhelmed with everyone watching.
Okay. We could step out.
Okay. Yeah.
You want us to step
Yeah,
out
we can
and
leave
give
too. Like,
you guys some space?
What do you think is best? Good thinking. She's like, I'm gonna comfort.
I feel like this is really brave what you're doing, because I also experienced similar things growing up. I think a lot of young girls do, and they get dismissed because they feel like, oh, it's not like I'm making a big deal about it, or I'm putting someone else's reputation in line and stuff like that. But
and I don't even need to know details. You don't have to say who it was or anything.
Just like in general, like growing up, like voicing like violations, you know?
For sure. I can support you to release this right now, but I want to do it in a way that feels comfortable for you.
Yeah. And would it be easier if we all left the room?
No, it's fine. It's just annoying because I can't stop shaking.
No, it's okay. Yeah. That's why I want to help you with this. Okay. Is it possible to dim the lights in here? It's just very bright. Okay. All right. Do you feel comfortable with me? Okay. Would you be open to me helping you release this memory from your body? Yeah, so we can either ask people to leave the room, or we could just keep a couple people that you feel like supported by, whatever you want to do.
Maybe just the girls.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Okay. Yeah.
Do you want a jacket?
Yeah, can I?
You want water?
Yeah, and for this exercise, I'm gonna have you just, answer some questions, but you don't have to give me names. You don't have to say anything specific, okay? I just need you to remember it for me, and that's how we're gonna release it.
Okay.
Okay. Face this window, actually. Yeah, okay, great. And then just close your eyes, and I'll go sit on the other side. Okay, so just closing your eyes, and then now I want you to remember something positive in the last 7 days.
Getting along with the girls.
Okay, what's the image?
Talking and laughing.
Yeah, what's the thought?
Connecting.
Yeah, you feel good. I like being here. Okay, what's the emotion?
Satisfied.
Okay, where do you feel that?
In my heart.
Okay, nice. Is it like warm and fuzzy? Okay, good. You can let that go in your next breath. And remember, you're completely safe. We're just going to a memory, okay? So you know in this room, you got your girls, you're totally safe. We're just gonna go back to this memory that you were telling me about when you were a kid, middle school.
Oh yeah, also W guys that even when leaving, they were still trying to help. Like Richard giving her the jacket, Winter asking if she needs water. Even Michael, the little like tap of like, you're all good, you're all okay. Like, you know, we're here for you type of thing.
Okay. Okay, you can do this. We're just gonna be here for a couple minutes, that's it. Okay? What's the image? Yeah. And you can just say someone's face, someone's anything. It doesn't have to be specific.
Yeah, they all feeling that.
You got this.
But
You're safe. We're just visiting the memory.
I get it. Like you're watching someone go through
Yeah. Yeah.
trauma in real time. That shit definitely has to hit deep.
And what's the thought? I don't want to be here. Make it stop. Leave me alone. Yeah.
Not even it definitely hits deep. It does hit deep. Never mind. As someone who has seen it in person, that shit does hit deep.
Is the emotion fear? Yeah. Okay, where do you feel that fear in your body?
Here.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so I want you just to feel this for a couple moments. I want you to freeze the scene. You know, freezing is like taking a picture of it, so don't let it move forward or backward in time like it's a screenshot. Okay, it's frozen, completely frozen. Okay, and then keeping your eyes closed, I want you to lift your pointer finger and just pierce the scene in front of you in your mind's eye. Okay, so left or right hand, just lift it up. Yeah, good.
And do what?
And just pierce it into the screen in front of you, the screenshot. Yeah. I'm gonna have you slowly turn 180, and as you turn, you can lower your hand gradually. So turn to the opposite wall. Take your time. Good. And then just breathe here. You might notice more emotions come through, and that's natural. We've just released this frozen memory from your system, so you might notice tears come through. Yeah, let the tears come. You can relax, let the tears flow. Where is the screenshot now? Where's the picture now?
I don't know, I feel frozen.
That's okay. But just notice, okay, so the response in your body, just keep breathing. But we just released the memory so that you shouldn't be able to really connect to it now. It should feel like it's kind of gone. But you will notice the feelings and emotions now. It's still an awful thing that is so tragic, and you will still have tears about it, but it shouldn't be hijacking your system anymore. Like there's space between you and that memory. Good. What are you aware of right now?
Breathing feels nice.
Good, yeah. Feel the breathing. Yeah, that's it. Good. That's it. We're just going to have you breathe a couple times here as you come back to this time and space.
Phenomenal therapist. W. Jimmy. At first, I was like, this idea of low-key might be bad. But never mind, I gotta give it to Jimmy. This shit, phenomenal therapist right here.
Okay, you need to start to open up your eyes when you're ready. And just coming back. Yeah. Yeah. You did amazing. Yeah, you can just sit wherever you want. You can put back on the couch if you like, sit on the ground. Yeah. Your body doesn't have to hold so tight anymore. You can relax.
Thank you guys. We love you. We're here for you. That was crazy. You're so brave. Hey, it brought us closer together.
You want a hug?
Yeah, come here.
Group hug.
Come here.
Hey, let the therapist get in the mix.
You're so strong. Thank you.
You're so welcome. Yeah.
Wow, I've never experienced something like that.
I felt something in my body that I don't think I've ever felt in my life.
Felt like a cleansing.
My whole body was shaking, and then suddenly I was just so calm after the trauma release. That was pretty crazy.
Like a spiritual awakening.
I just felt like I really needed to speak up at this time, and that was me getting out of my comfort zone, like, by a lot. Knowing these girls, like, I know that girl to girl, like, there's a lot of people out there that go through these type of situations where we can't, like, speak up about it. And I've been through these things, and I would want to know if these other girls have been through it too, and that it's okay.
A lot of it was Hannah also, like, you know, healing from her trauma, but we all related to that, like, heavily, especially, like, me. Obviously, growing up as a woman as a girl is not easy at all.
I can imagine.
And there are a lot of men that would take advantage of you, and you get scared of speaking up because you feel so small and you feel like no one's gonna listen to you, no one's gonna believe you, or you're an inconvenience for bringing it up because you're causing drama. So then you just brush it away. But yeah, like, your body remembers, and it will tell you, like, there's something wrong and you have to face it and confront it.
I think life is just literally about balancing things.
Mm-hmm.
So, love, work, love, money.
Love, work, and the relationship you have with yourself.
Yes.
Those are the three.
Wait, that's crazy. Because you know how I'm an art student?
Yeah.
Like, my project was literally love, money, myself.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Like, your health, yourself, and everything, and then love. Yeah.
Those are the three pillars. You need a balance.
Yes. That's crazy you said that, because this, yeah.
Hey,
These past few
that's all
days,
you know what you're talking about.
I was closed off. I didn't want other people to see, like, a vulnerable side of me or show them that I, like, can take interest in them, you know, because I am a prideful person. But being vulnerable and, like, love, it's beautiful. It is. And I want to experience it. But that means I have to be open to it. Yeah.
That's growth. We love to see it.
I think it's very safe to start off by saying that was very brave of Hannah. Yeah. It's not an easy thing, and especially as women who go through that a lot, it is hard to speak up. I can't even imagine how good that must feel for her. And just, like, the weight that she was carrying this entire time, it seemed like it took a lot of weight off her shoulders, for sure.
I feel so grateful, like, watching Victoria do her magic. Like, I've never seen that before, but
Oh, God.
I felt like I was immersing myself in that experience with her. I basically, like, just felt like I learned how to, like, if next time there was, like, some sort of, like, challenge or something that I'm struggling with, I want to, like, practice that myself.
It's a really good exercise. Yeah. Like, I think you did a really wonderful thing bringing Victoria on for the cast, and not only for the cast, but for people watching at home.
I agree.
Who could also really use this exercise as a way to,
Jimmy needs his
you know,
props for
not
that.
let that memory hijack their system or, like, determine, like, their next course of action, you know?
I agree. Jimmy did an amazing thing bringing her. She did phenomenal too, bro. Literally, like, she helped them all go through that shit, especially the girls. If any, the girls healed, like, so very much. Yeah, I mean, you could see it even helped the guys in a way. Like Richard said, it felt like self-healing. And then Mac, he was able to psychoanalyze the thing with his parents and shit like that, and, like, feeling like he never fits in. But, you know, with the other guys, we didn't see anything, obviously, but I'm sure maybe they felt something in that moment. But still, W therapist, she did amazing, bro. Seeing that shit in, well, not real time, but even seeing it on video, that shit is crazy, bro. Like,
I have a question, bro. Like, because you and like Henna have the closest, at least, romantic relationship in the house. Seeing her
I guess
get
they do.
to this point,
It's not a good thing, Loki.
How does that make you feel?
Bro, Richard, you asking the motherfucking question. That was probably the best question I've heard all day.
Sad. Because I would not expect that from Henna. Because she's so happy.
Yeah.
Bro, the people who smile the most got the most pain.
Yeah.
Bro.
Oh God, see, I know that nigga Winter watched Naruto, bro. That right there, I know he watched anime, bro. He's seen One Piece, Naruto. I know it. That's a fucking anime quote if I've ever heard one.
I did not expect that from like a deep standpoint. I didn't even realize she was crying because I didn't want to like look. Because you know some people like to cry in like their own.
Let me ask, what was like the lowest point in your life? Have you ever gone through anything traumatic?
Yeah, but like for me it's like, you know, going through something like that, like I feel like as a, not like a dude, but like you have like this much time to kind of like dwell on it in a way.
Yeah.
You either get up and keep on moving forward, like, cause like where you are today isn't gonna where you're gonna be tomorrow.
But that's how you deal with it.
Right.
As a dude.
But I think that's like a stigma as well. I've heard
Indeed.
that if you ask a man, how do you feel? Most of the time the responses are like, whatever, I feel fine, I'm okay, I feel good. But when you ask a man, what do you think? Then they have a lot more to say. But society kind of puts it on men sometimes that we're not supposed to feel.
My bad, I'm low-key distracted by bro having boots on the bed. Like, this is low-key crazy. What he's saying is real as fuck, but like, boots on the bed is absurd, bro. Like, it kind of threw me off. I was like, I'm listening, bro, but I can't get over the fact that bro has boots on the bed. That shit look clean, but it's like, bro, on the bed is crazy work.
That our feelings don't matter. It's what we do that matters more. Life's tough. You're gonna get pushed to the ground sometimes, but get back up and keep moving.
And that's the fun of it though.
I think in a way that's kind of
That nigga probably has the most everybody, bro, what the fuck?
like
The fun of
how
it.
generational trauma develops is when you don't face it. Like when you brush it off over and over again. And you might not think it's accumulating, but it does if you don't resolve it.
I wonder what Jay
Guys
has to say
especially
in
are
this
taught
moment.
to handle problems is when they come up, you deal with it fast and you move on and forget about it. But like if you never acknowledge it ever, it's just gonna keep on building until like you pass it on to the next, onto your children or whatever, and then they're gonna develop the exact same thing and just keep on passing it on.
What if you have a daughter one day, right? And she is dealing with something that life throws at her? Are you gonna just tell her, hey, come on, get up. You be all right?
No, not do that.
Hey, what's wrong with you?
No, I would not do that.
That's literally like the anxious attachment or like avoidant attachment or whatever style that was. Like that's literally creating that.
So it's like as men, as future fathers, is hopefully you want to have a kid, but as future fathers, we want to be able to recognize these emotions in our daughters and not let this be a generational thing. It stops right here with us.
My biggest takeaway from this episode is that I feel like a lot of us go through a lot of problems, but don't be afraid to reach out for help.
I also think it's very reassuring in the fact that, you know, like even though your problems may seem very, very big because it's like you're handling it yourself, you know, you're not alone in trying to navigate through that. I think a lot of us feel the same way as you do. And I think just a simple reminder, and you're not alone, you know?
A little bit more on the harsher side, I'm gonna come here and say like, no one's coming to save you. Like if you wanna like fix these internal problems, you yourself have to be the first one to take action. No one, yes, people are available to like help, but if you don't reach out for help, no one's coming to save you. And I think it's really important to know that you ultimately, at the end of the day, are the controller and the captain of your own life, and you gotta take that first step.
Indeed, you are the main character of your own life. Solve those problems. You gotta
a handful of days now. Is everybody kind of like set with their person?
Okay, I got tea.
You got tea?
We're not trying to break any hearts or anything, but I think I overheard Ray say that she wanted to switch up as well.
Oh, what?
We want to explore still.
Still? This is day 5, guys.
There are some girls that we haven't said we're gonna pursue, but there is a possibility that there might be a bombshell.
That hairstyle on Kimi looked fire though.
Where are you finding these guys? That's not fair.
In the meantime,
okay, bro.
we got Deck of Feelings, everybody. We are on chapter 4 now, Depth and Healing. You guys could get the expansion pack in the description box.
Okay, bro.
In the meantime, sorry.
If you guys want to meet the cast, we'll be live streaming and hanging out on Favorited. You guys can find the link in the description box. Come by, say hi, and hang out with the cast.
The way the girls reacted to the new bombshells, low-key crazy though. No, like if I'm already the guys there, bro, that's how they reacted. I'd be like, yeah, fuck me. Especially if I'm Mac, bro. Yeah, say goodbye. For sure, for sure. But I think they do see that though. They definitely do see that. That bro's a green flag. They literally said like, with him they feel comfortable and shit like that. But I don't know. It's one of those things that it goes hand in hand. Like, I forgot who said it. I forgot who said it. I think it was literally the last episode though. That like that Mac, like he does make them feel comfortable, safe. But they want to kind of, but like for girls, they kind of want to feel uneasy in a way. Like they want a guy that makes them feel butterflies though, like type of thing. And it's like, it goes hand in hand because it's like, obviously, as a man, why wouldn't you want to make a woman feel comfortable and safe? But like, they want that like, I don't know, butterfly type of uneasy thing, which makes sense though. I mean, obviously, there's nothing wrong with that. You should. But I don't know. It's kind of hard to do. Well, to do both, I guess. I don't know. Even though Mac is a hell of a green flag, bro. He's probably the best guy there. Probably the most emotionally secure out all of them. Yeah, I agree. Mac and Hannah should probably be together. Low-key, a bombshell after trauma bond is crazy though. I agree with this comment a lot. I agree. So that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, it would have been literally Mac right there. But literally, it would have been so fire to see, like, from the guys opening up. I understand why they didn't, though. It's literally, that's just how it is. I think this is valid. And Jimmy hearted it. I mean, I think it's valid. I also did think that was a little kind of, oh wait, I can't even see. I also did think that was a little kind of crazy in a way as well. Having the books there. But all good. W episode nonetheless, though. Episode 6. On to 7. We love to see it though. W episode. W Jimmy. And W therapist, bro. W everyone in this, low key. I mean, the girls healing, the guys being good, supportive. Jimmy for the idea. The woman for healing them. We love to see it, bro. all good.